Okay, here we go, everybody. You know what? It is to laugh, and I mean that. It's a clown show across the board, upside down, inside out, and every other which way you want to go. So this is my post-market wrap-up Thursday, August 14th, 2025. How about this? Let's just start off with this. Investors were blindsided. Nobody, and I mean zero. Nobody saw this one coming. Come on, man. It's not going to stop. You guys remember me saying that? This is nothing. And I mean nothing as to where we are going moving forward. Anyway, so this is the story that blindsided everybody except us, man. I mean, look, guys, honestly, we've we've we have well, we just have this anyone with one functioning brain cell, maybe even half of one functioning brain cell, could see this coming from around the other side of the earth or the other side of the universe, maybe even from the moon. And I can tell you this, it ain't going to stop. So this is the headline here. Wholesale prices post biggest surge in 3 years. Producer price index shows a sign of tariff-related inflation, and President Trump is very unhappy that this is being reported. I guess he's going to shut down every single news agency right now. So let's talk about this, and I want to talk about this market too. We got an interesting take from the Financial Times. If you guys can go subscribe to the Freedom Platform, again, link in the description of this video. You already know what I'm talking about, but we're gonna cover it here. So anyway, wholesale prices skyrocket. This is Market Watch. This isn't me. Okay, this is what they said. The cost of wholesale goods and services, where rising inflation tends to show up first. I love this stuff. In July, posted its biggest increase in 3 years, possibly heralding a sizable acceleration in price hikes tied to tariffs. It's just possible. It's not that it's definitely true. You can't make it up. Now, they go on to say the producer price index jumped 0.9% last month. The government was expecting a 0.2% hike. They knew it was coming, but only a 0.2%. Let me tell you something about the 0.9%. It's fake. It's actually much higher than that. Imagine our surprise. Anyway, let's move forward. And this is what I had to say about it. So I wrote lines. This spike is not random in any way, shape, or form. And it's certainly not unexpected by a single one of you who follow this blog or are part of our team here. Anyway, moreover, not only is this due to further losses in currency purchasing power, and we haven't seen anything yet. It's obviously tariff driven, and you and I nailed this to the wall. We called it, nailed it, and it's just not going to stop. I just don't know the way to say it. These tariff costs were initially absorbed by businesses according to the numbers that they told us, which are fake. Nothing's getting absorbed here. You're feeling it all. You're swallowing it. It's getting shoved up and in every single orifice that you have. And these higher costs are obviously being passed on to you. So what does that mean moving forward? Well, what you pay at the checkout line is about to rise much more moving forward. So just in case you were wondering if maybe, just maybe, there's nothing to stop this. You have to understand. Nothing. You do realize, for those of you that maybe think I'm wrong, maybe you should look this stuff up. Not one comprehensive trade deal so far. Not one. All the hype, all the headlines, it's all garbage. This European deal, it's gone, fell apart already. It's gone. We have nothing. All we have is a mechanism to destroy the purchasing power of the dollar, artificially suppress rates from here to kingdom come, and vastly inflate the debt. Think big, beautiful bill. You signed off on that, right? Can't make it up. Anyway, let's move on a little bit. This is from the Financial Times. I found some of the wording here very interesting. Markets too calm? Perhaps so. So I wrote here, bond market as the canary is a storm about to hit the stock market. Now, if you were around for my morning report, which 90% of you or more are missing, unfortunately, because you're refusing to even take me up on my 7-day free trial for the Freedom Platform. Well, you missed out on a lot. I basically outlined the problems that we are seeing in this market, and they are just starting to rear their ugly head. And without vast, vast debt expansion, without artificially suppressed rates, possibly even negative rates, this whole thing's going to come apart. And whatever you think is in your bank account, and of course your brokerage account, it's going to just disappear magically. But you see, if you just took 2 seconds and took me up on my 7-day free trial for you guys, link in the description of the video, you would know already. But you see, you'd rather sit back and just, I don't know what you're waiting for. So anyway, Financial Times said this. Now listen to the wording. This isn't me. This is the Financial Times. They go on to say markets are too calm, perhaps so. Bond traders are caught up in an eerie lull. I love the wording. This is them, not me. Yields sit steady despite inflation fears and slowing growth. Wow, they're admitting that the growth is slowing. I'm surprised they're allowed to say that. Why isn't President Trump shutting them down? Analysts warn markets may be complacently, nice word. Analysts warn markets may be complacently detached from chaos gathering beneath. Again, this isn't me. This is the Financial Times. The piece may be misleading. The takeaway here from the Financial Times, chaos gathering beneath. I love this. Again, let's have a look at this. Let's have a look. Financial Times, chaos gathering beneath. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it, whoever wrote this. And this piece may be misleading. So I went on to say, this is me, false sense of security. Traders have become conditioned or something, possessed or dispossessed, I don't know, to central bank intervention, also known as, a Fed put. This kind of a mentality still is pervading or infecting the market. So even in the face of high PPI, skyrocketing inflation like we got today, nobody saw it coming. Remember that. Nobody except you and me, of course. And today's numbers were abysmal. With so-called, don't you love it, sticky inflation and rapidly slowing growth, traders still believe cuts will come and save the day. And how about no? In fact, all this is going to do is exacerbate the underlying issues. It's not going to fix anything. Could it push the stock market higher on the back of, I don't know, another shot of heroin? Again, yeah. But the law of diminishing returns applies, as I spoke about this morning, and 90% of you missed it all. What are you waiting for, guys? I mean, do what you want. Stay outside. You like it here? That's fine. Me and the rest of the Lions, we're going to be inside. Anyway, like I said, in fact, it will just worsen the underlying issues. This complacency risk, is being massively underpriced. And this isn't just my opinion. The bond market as a canary. I mean, you guys and girls know how this works. As you already know, I went on to say, bonds sniff out trouble before the equities and stock market even has a clue. It's always the way it is. What's happening here and what's been going on for quite a long time is the entire stock market, in fact, everything has become a derivative of the debt market. Nothing has a real price discovery mechanism behind it anymore, and I mean nothing. So anyway, as you know, bonds sniff out trouble before equities and the stock market does. But right now, they are being anesthetized. Now, what do I mean by anesthetized? How is this happening? It's called yield curve control between the Federal Reserve buying it all and the Treasury now buying back their own debt with a main line to the Federal Reserve. Make it up. Make it up. Yeah, this is Bessent, Trump's number one guy here, running the U.S. Treasury right now. The Lions takeaway. This isn't stability. This is suppressed instability. Sound about right to you? When suppression breaks, and it will, the markets tend to overcorrect violently. And when I say violently, people, this is an understatement, because what we have here is something so far beyond the sun in La La Land. Shout out to Ingmar Malmsteen over here. We can't even get our heads around it. The danger is this, that when this repricing comes, and again, it's going to be at a moment of their choosing, of course, when people beg for a new system. That's when it's going to hit. And it will. It will happen very, very fast. And we'll catch the majority of people way off guard. So what do? We stay nimble, aware, and positioned for a volatility surge. And for those of you already in the Freedom Platform, I got you even more covered than anyone that's still here on YouTube. I don't know what these people are waiting for, I'll be honest with you, but let them wait. Let them wait, and they're going to wish they came over to us, our side of this whole thing. It's a shame. It really, really is, man. People don't want to commit to anything, not even to their own selves. Make a commitment to themselves to better themselves and maybe better our community in the same way. But that's it. That's just the way it is. People expect things to be done for them. They don't want to take any action these days. It's unfortunate. But that's the mentality. That's the dumbed down freaking freak show that we're in. What else would you expect? So, how many of you are surprised by skyrocketing inflation? You really thought that was going to stop on day one? You really believed it? You drank some of that Kool-Aid? Too much of you? Yeah, it looks like I pissed off some of the MAGA crowd yesterday, and I tried to do it on purpose. I've been trying to call these people in for quite a while. Nothing, not a peep. I don't hear anything. All of a sudden, I say something and I start to call them out. They lose their friggin' shirts and their hats and everything else. They don't know what to do with themselves. I call these people literally they're not even useful idiots. They're useless idiots. And I'm calling them out again. Let's see if we can get a rise out of them. Because everything they thought was going to happen, and they went out there and they voted like their vote would count. I love doing this. Let's start a little trouble. I love starting a little trouble. These people, look at, they're all getting what's coming to them, and they know it. For their families, for themselves, the economy, nothing turned out the way they want. Except, Trump did one good thing. Let's give credit where credit's due. He closed out. He did shut the borders down, which needed to be done. Period. As for everything else, you got nothing but a big, fat, ugly shaft deep up your rear, and it doesn't feel too good. At least I would say so. But that's just the way it is. It's just time for all these people to come around. I really wish they would, because this pride would welcome them. Anyway, guys, look, what we just covered here, none of it's going to stop. None of it. And I have a couple of other pieces prepared. One for the morning, which you guys here on YouTube are not going to see or hear about, unfortunately. And also one for Sunday I'm working. It takes me days sometimes to work on this stuff. I'm already working on something for Sunday's markets. I'll look ahead again, which you guys here on YouTube aren't going to see. It's unfortunate. And my morning reports, none of you guys aren't going to see that either. It's a shame. I don't know why you're not even just taking me up on my offer for 7 free days. And then if you commit to it, you do it once. And then for the rest of your life, you could have free subscriptions by just sharing the work. There's not a guy anywhere that's working harder for you. But you got to commit to something just a little bit. It hurts, right? It hurts to commit to something these days, something that will even benefit yourself or your family, your neighborhood, your community. I get it. Change is tough, man, but sometimes it's what has to be done. Anyway, guys, listen, love you guys with all I got. I really hope to see more of you over on the Freedom Platform. Take me off of my offer. Like I said, 7 free days. You don't like it? It's not what you expected. Just we part as friends. We still love each other. But just, what are you waiting for? Anyway, like I said, link in the description of this video. I will see some of you in the morning, and what I'm going to put out for you in the morning, I think it's going to really be playing off of what happened today with inflation and the PPI and the cracks in the system. Like I said, I'm about maybe I'm halfway through, a third through right now. I'm going to try to finish it tonight, but generally in the morning, I get up early and I work on this stuff. When my head's more clear. And then Sunday, markets look ahead. That's going to be another one for you. And I'm going to put out my usual trades for you over the weekend, Saturday, which unfortunately none of you here on YouTube are going to get. How to trade the market, exactly how to trade it. If you've been involved in these, it's been another income stream for you, no doubt about it. It's ask anyone who's utilizing that resource, which I have for everybody who subscribes to the Freedom Platform. I mean, it couldn't be easier. It really couldn't. But anyway, look, man, love you guys. I mean that. I'll see some of you in the morning, and I guess I'll see the rest of you at night tomorrow. Okay, with that said, love you guys. Again, consider just taking me off on my free offer. That's it. You don't like it? That's fine. But I can't imagine that you're not going to find information in there that you wouldn't be willing to pay multiples for than the $40 per year that it costs. one time, and then you could earn free subscriptions for life just by sharing the work, referring people to the Freedom Platform. I mean, it's the deal of the freaking century in my view. But you make up your own mind. I'll see you.